This video is designed to accompany the blog written for the Physio Network, so as a standalone video it may be missing key background information. For those unfamiliar with the theoretical model, it uses two key building blocks. Imagine these as an unlimited supply of fridge magnets that you can reuse or redesign according to your individual requirements. The triangle represents any new exercise. The slanted side demonstrates progressions that are internal to this exercise, without changing any of the movements or adding any other stimuli. This includes repetitions, sets, speed of movement or time under tension. The rectangle is an added stimulus that bolts on to the existing exercise. Therefore, it always sits under a triangle, but the number of rectangles can be infinite. This is any external stimulus, a change of environment, surface type, added weight or resistance, stability, perturbation, external cues, etc. The blocks are coloured differently in this example to demonstrate the merging or the transition between goals. For this example, I've purposely not put any timeframes down, as this is about the principles and not about the protocol. The first stage is very basic, working on ankle range of movement to start with, before we add an external stimulus with blood flow restriction to work within that range to aid goal 1, which is limit atrophy. At partial weight bearing, we can introduce a simple calf raise whilst seated, and this will gradually increase the load through the foot. As load tolerance increases, we can then combine the weight bearing with our ankle range of movement exercise to begin calf stretches. A combination of the weight bearing with the goal of tissue capacity sees a progression from the seated calf raise to a weighted calf raise, or in this case a soleus raise. Within goal 3, we can now progress the load bearing into a leg press exercise with a slight heel raise to add a tensile load through the forefoot. The supported lunge combines the weight bearing progression of the leg press to the ankle range of movement that we've already done, adding support via the upper body, and we can manipulate the load as pain allows. As confidence with weight bearing increases, we can introduce goal 4, improving balance. Beginning with any single leg exercise may pose a risk to performance or to confidence, so starting with a semi-stable surface for the contralateral limb is a good bridge. It doesn't allow fixation, but it's not as unstable as a single leg. In this case study, a period of immobility caused reduced dorsiflexion strength. As the stability of the midfoot improved, we could introduce an isometric hold for tib ant, and also begin loading more multi-joint compound movements to address the whole limb atrophy, in this case a blood flow restriction squat. Application of the squat pattern can now be combined with the Tibialis Anterior isometrics to increase the demand on the athlete's ability to dissociate movement, in this case sustaining the isometrics through the ascent of the squat. A new rectangle can be added to our goal of balance with the addition of movement focusing on kinetic chain control. Movement variability is added to our supported lunge, working away from uniplanar exercises and allowing the athlete to explore ranges in a supported way. Following an increase in range, it's important to add control within that range. Single leg balance with upper body rotation dissociates the sagittal plane balance in the lower limb with the transverse plane rotation. There is an interesting cycle in rehab between the ability to produce force and the ability to accept force. At this stage we add force acceptance within the landing mechanics. Meanwhile, we take the work done from the load bearing in goal 3 combined with the range work with the supported lunge in goal 2, and we address the tissue capacity in goal 1 with a soleus lunge. As the progressions and goals become more blurred, at this stage we re-establish a broader set of goals. Continue on to video 2 to see how we move these forward.